What's up? What's up out there, man? Hey, I got a special guest on with me today, man. I got my boy Chico, man. My cousin Chico. What's going on today, man? How you doing?
I'm here another day.
Oh man, I know how that goes. Another day. Before we get started, man, I gotta play with theme song before we get this thing going.
Listeners, y'all know what time it is. Chill, chill, chill. It's time to chop it up. Chop it up. Chop it up. Hey, hey. It's time to chop it up. Chop it up. Chop it up. Hey, sport. It's time to chop it up. News. Chop it up with KJ. Podcast. Chop it up. Chop it up. Go ahead, tune in. Go ahead, tell a friend. Tell a friend. Tell a friend. News know we got the latest. Sports talk, we the greatest. Stay in tune with the streets. With politics, all the beef. Hey, chop it up. Go ahead and turn this up a little bit. Chop it up. Put your AirPods in. Chop it up. Turn your phone up. Chop. Whatever you're doing. Chop it up. Sit back and enjoy this podcast with KJ. And now to the host of the show. Give a round of applause. KJ.
Yeah, man, that get me pumped right there when I hear that. Because I hear that get me pumped right there and get that thing started off right. But man, how you doing today, man? Finally glad to get you on here, man.
Yeah, I've been keeping up with you. Seeing how these seeing the guests you done had on and stuff, and I say, hey, it's finally time to get around to get this together.
Oh yeah, man. I've been trying. And I got a lot more different people coming on, but I just been saying I'm gonna keep at it and keep at it and keep at it. I just can't, I just gotta keep going at it. I just gotta keep going and um it's gonna it's gonna come through for me. So I
Yeah.
love talking. I like to talk a lot, so and love talk about sports and different things. So, I've been interviewing up and coming rappers, uh just all different people, coaches, athletes, all different people. Um like I I'm glad I got you on here because I want you to I want to ask you about your experience, reason why you went to the Navy, your experience when you went to the Navy and everything. Just how that started and how's that working out for you now?
Well, uh, initially, I mean, my mama, your aunt, she was against me even going to the military. She ain't never want me to do that.
I remember
Yeah.
this.
There was a couple of times the army man showed up to the door. She ain't even let him get his name out before she slammed the door in his face. So it wasn't it wasn't nothing that she wanted me to do. And initially I didn't either. But you know, because the test you take before you go in, the ASVAB, I only took that because they offered it at school and they said I was gonna miss a couple classes.
Okay,
So
there we go.
I see what better way to miss a couple classes go take this test. So I would have took it because I never had no thoughts of going on the military myself. I just looked at it as I'm missing two of the classes I don't want to go to today. Um,
Hey,
but they Navy recruiter called me up, and basically he talked to me. He talked to me straight up. He didn't try to sound like no military guy, nothing. He just like, hey, I just want to come out to the house, talk to you, tell you what we're about. If you're for it, you're for it. If you're not, you're not. And so I told him to come on through, and my mama was like, she's like, you was on the phone with him for a while. You thinking about doing it, ain't you? I say, I'm gonna hear him out, you know. And she was like, hey, whatever you decide to do, I'm behind you 100%. So I said, okay. He showed up, we talked, and from then on, I was like, well, I guess this is what I'm gonna do. Because I didn't really have no big plans after high school. I wasn't considering going to college yet, you know. Um, So I was like, I ain't got nothing else to do. Let me give it a try. You
Amen.
know?
And that's big right there because guess what? Because especially coming from Monticello, if you ain't got no plan together, you'll still be there.
Yeah, yeah,
if you don't have a get out plan, it's hard. I tell people, people say, "Oh, everybody got the same opportunity." Yeah, they do, but man, some places, man, it just seems like you. If you ain't got your mind right, man, it's rough getting out some places, man.
yeah,
And it's you gotta have something to go off and just say, man, I'm gone, man. I can't stay here. I got to get out of here. But I definitely remember that, man. And again, how many years you put in?
Well, I ended up doing 14 of them active, and I did my remaining 6 in the reserve. So I ended up doing my 20. So I am retired from it. Um, I just gotta wait a little longer to get that retirement, only because I finished through reserves instead of active. But I did my 20 years. Where the military occupied my life, and so here I am.
Yeah, man. Hey, my dad retired, and he loves to talk about it. But he retired from two places, post office and then army. So he tried to brag. He brag about that to me a bunch. But man, the thing and all this is the thing I always talk about, and I'm once again I'm glad I got you on here because I just feel like when you go serve for your country, whether you go fight or not, when you get in the service, I feel like when you get out, you should have something already set up for you because half the people, if you could, yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, half the people that go in there, the jobs that they get, they don't have half of them jobs out here.
Well, I mean, a lot of them translate. Um, it's just one finding a job that you're going to like doing. Um, and some jobs are limited on the fields you can go in. Um, but it's not just a job. I mean, a lot of times just being prior military can get you in the door somewhere doing something. Um,
Gotcha.
but yeah, like my job, I could have been a contractor somewhere, but like I really didn't want to do my job no more after I was done with it. I mean, I figured, 20 years of doing it, I was like, I don't want to get out and keep doing that same thing. I want to do something different. So
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, because I feel like every time I talk to somebody, they'll tell me the job they was on, and I'm like, I was confused. I'm like, I don't know if you could even got out and done that job. But everybody, like you just said, is different. So, but if you could do it again, would you go back in the Navy? Would you pick another branch?
it would probably still be the Navy. Um, and I would do it again. I mean, I'm at the point now where I tell, I've told people that's in high school, I say, hey, if you have no idea what you want to do after high school, go to the military while you figure it out. I don't always push the Navy on them, but I just tell them, hey, if you're not for sure what you want to do, if you're not ready to go to college yet, if you ain't got nothing lined up, if you ain't got the grades, go to the military till you figure it out. Um, because while you're figuring it out, by the time you do, if you want to go to college, the military will cover that for you now.
I was about to say they'll
You
pay for
know,
it, and
uh,
that's the thing. That's what I do. Like,
and while you're figuring it out, you you're getting paid every 2 weeks. Probably get the opportunity to go someplace you ain't never been, meet different people. If you ain't never been outside like me, prior to the military, I hadn't been outside of Florida. So that gave me an opportunity to get outside of Florida, meet different people, experience different cultures. So it's definitely it gave me a lot of experience. And like I say, if you don't know what you want to do when you get out of high school, I would highly recommend it while you're figuring it out.
Yeah, and I actually tell people that too. And another thing I say military because my dad was trying to get me to go. I did all TC 3 years, all TC. I could have went as E3. He kept telling me that. And it was like if you get a wife or get they're gonna be covered too. You ain't gotta worry about nothing, this and that. And he always told me about on the base, how much cheaper everything is on the base. Um so so definitely, and I tell kids too. I tell a lot of kids that don't know what they want to do. I always say, take up a trade. Everybody
Yeah,
always pushing. Everybody's always pushing. You got to go 4 years college and be owing these people all this money back, and that's good too. I'm not knocking nobody that got degrees. I'm not knocking nobody that got degrees, but all I'm saying is you could take up a trade, and it depending on what trade you take, you can make just as much.
yeah. No, I mean, again, like you
So
say, ain't nothing wrong with college, but that's not the only way to get it. Is really the message. Is not, there's multiple ways to get it. It doesn't always have to be college.
yeah.
Uh, so yeah, the people who got degrees, great on you, because that requires dedication, just like anything else.
Yes,
Uh,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
so so you got that degree, great. Someone that chose not to go to college and got a trade, hey, they had themselves in a good position, just like the college person. So it's more than one way to do it. Is the message?
Yeah, and the message is too, because a lot of people, I don't be around people. They thought because they had a college degree, they were smarter than somebody. Like, listen here, just because you sat in the classes and you did your thing, don't make you smarter than me, man. So,
No,
like, doesn't make you smarter than me. But it's a lot of
everybody
people.
everybody has something like you can be like I don't like looking at it as being smarter than somebody, but everybody is more knowledgeable in something than the next person. You know,
Correct.
um, you know, like if I'm over here as an example, a welder, you know, that person with that college degree, if they got their degree in psychology, what can they tell me about welding?
Correct.
You know,
Correct.
you went to college for 4, 5 years, however long you went. What can you tell me about welding? Nothing.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know,
Right. Eh,
so I
yep.
feel like everybody got they're more knowledgeable in areas than others. I don't think it's being more smarter than the next person.
Yep.
Um, you know, yeah,
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. Because and that's what I get confused. That's what just I don't get pissed off, but that's what get me with people. Like I'm like, what are we talking about, man? And I tell that's just like example. I tell people, how can you if you never done it or been through it, how can I listen to you? If like Chico, I can't tell you how marriage is. I've never been married. Because this and that, I can't tell you that. I've never been there, so I don't know. So
you know. But even with that, I won't say I won't listen to a person because a person that hasn't gone through it, I'm not gonna say that person can't talk about it because again, I don't know what homework you've done on the subject. You
correct,
could be
correct.
knowledgeable on the subject and not have gone through it personally. So you can provide some insight to it.
Right.
Granted, it'll be different than my experience of going through it. It's just like when I walk into a, a supplement shop. I walk into a place like GNC. I see the person behind the counter. They appear to be overweight,
and they trying to sell
and
you.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is a person that's about to tell me, about something. But I have to step back and say, this person can be very knowledgeable on supplements.
Okay, yeah.
You
That's a
know,
way to look at it. That's a way to
so
look at it. That's true.
they can school me on supplements
That's
on
true.
stuff that I don't know, because I don't pretend that I know everything about supplements. I use them and I've researched the stuff that I use, but that person is far more versed in supplements than I am. So I had to look at it differently and say, not walk in and be like, why am I about to listen to this person who's like, they ain't probably never been to a gym, but
Yeah.
I have to step back and say their knowledge
That's
may be in a different area.
that's good. That's a good way to look at it, Chico. That's a good way to look at it. Cause sometimes I had, like you say, sometimes I'd be looking like, what you like? Why are you? What you telling me? So what?
Yeah.
But I get exactly what you're saying, man. And that comes with, and Cheek, you a little bit older than me, but that comes with age. I think that comes with just growing up. I believe. I believe that
Yeah,
comes.
it does. Because a younger me would have walked in that store and be like, I'm not going to listen to nothing this person about to tell me.
Yeah, yeah.
But like I
Growing
said,
up,
like I said, I'm not gonna say a person can't talk on the subject if they've never been through it. They can be educated on the subject, and bring a different perspective than I have. I have the lived experience, and they may have the book experience.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's one way to look at it. That is one way to look at it. Hey, I want to ask you about. I want you to talk about. I want you to talk about my hometown. Monticello. Just a little bit. Jefferson High School, and especially that I think the Jefferson to Madison one of the biggest rivalries right in that area probably. But
Yeah,
I want you to speak on that a little bit about just by going to Jefferson and
I mean it was an experience. I mean it's a small a small town. When I tell people about where I'm from, where I'd be like, there's not even any stoplights in Monticello.
right.
That's how small it is. And if you blink twice, you done drove through it.
Yeah.
So it was an experience being in such a small area, but at the same time, everybody knew everybody, which was and I felt that was beneficial, for everybody to know everybody. Everybody was fairly cool with everybody. Everybody was friendly. But school, from elementary, to Howard Middle, which ain't there no more. The building's still over there, but the Howard Middle and the original Jefferson County High School.
Where the basketball court squeaks when you walk on it.
Yeah. But to be in a place like that, and like even like, I mean, when I came through, I had a lot of the same teachers that my mama had when she went through that school.
Yeah.
So to be going to a school that your parents went through and being taught by some of the same teachers that my parents was taught by, it's a small place, but I just feel like it is a lot of good memories there. I mean, I was ready to go when I left. When I left there, I was ready to go.
Yeah.
But like, still, even when I look on social media now, people who are from there that no longer live there, when they go back, I can tell in the stuff that they write or talk about that they had a lot of memories there too. The no longer there Chicken Delight. Chicken Delight had been there for
Man, I
Well,
couldn't believe that. I
you
couldn't
know,
believe they got
and,
rid of Chicken Light. Now they
and
about to
it,
get rid of the. I think they get rid of Burger King now.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt
Yeah,
it. But yeah, like everybody that would go back through Monticello who was from there, like they always tell me, I gotta hit up Chicken Delight while I'm here. You know, so small place, but a lot of memories there, and it's good to see a lot of people don't forget. You know,
right, right. A lot of people
um,
don't forget.
yeah, but yeah, you know, I appreciate where I'm from. I love where I'm from. You know, and I think that's helped me a lot. Even when I went through the military experience and everything, coming across other people, you know, who
Yeah,
was from small towns or who was from the country. You
yep.
know,
I think that helps a lot.
so
I think it does help a lot. Um, man, Howard Middle School, man, the gym right beside the cemetery right there, man. It's like it's like boy, baseball field down, man. It was you got a project right behind the
yeah,
baseball
probably right
field,
there. You hit a
man.
home run, land in the projects.
Yeah, yeah, man. It was so much, man. Howard, man. Yep. And the iconic rest in peace, Coach Hall, man. Man, Coach Hall and some of the bus drivers, man. It's I just it's crazy that they don't like you say, they drew that you be like because I remember my son telling me such and such. I'm like, man, he used to drive our bus. Like and it's just so much throwback stuff in Monticello. Like the lunch ladies, man. Some of the lunch ladies was there for a long time,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and they made the food good. Because if they weren't there, that food wouldn't have been good.
Yeah, I say
Yeah,
it's a lot. It's a lot of memories. That is,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. Coach Hall, and he got the basketball coach. I think he's still coaching basketball. What's his name? Parrish.
I think
Coach,
so. I don't know.
Coach Parrish still coaching Jefferson. He's still coaching at Jefferson. Coach Parrish been coaching there since I don't know how long. But
Man, yeah,
yeah, man, Monticello. And them games, the basketball games used to be so packed at the old school.
to the football games too.
Yeah, football games too. Yeah. It was different. It was different.
Yeah.
Um, it was different back then. But yeah, man, that's what y'all Chico from Monticello. I grew up going to school in Monticello, back and forth to Tallahassee. But yeah, especially down there, Grandma House on Lloyd on the Miller Street.
Yeah.
Ain't had nothing to do. Ain't
No.
had nothing to do. Then we had nothing to do but put that milk crate on the light pole and make us a basketball goal.
Playing baseball with axe handles and broomsticks. I
Yep,
mean, you got no bat.
yep,
You know.
yep, man. It's some great memories right there. But
Yeah.
man, let's get on this. Let's get him some NFL, man. Let's talk about this MVP, man. Let's get this out the way. Let's talk about MVP, man. Who you MVP right now?
Man, I don't know. It's probably going to go to Lamar, but I'm not sure if he should get it.
Okay, who you think should get it?
I don't know. I don't know who's been doing it like that.
You
I
got
mean, it's. I look
you got
at.
Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen. I won't listen. This is my thing. Lamar does look different. He's a different animal, but the reason why he's a different animal, I'm telling you, they're here in that backfield. That's a whole another animal.
But that's the thing. I don't think that I don't think that changed anything for Baltimore. And I say that because last year, before Derrick Henry, Baltimore was the number one rushing offense in the league.
Right.
They were the number one rushing offense in the league last year. That's without Derrick Henry. So
Right.
what did it do to get Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
You already number one rushing offense in the league. You know,
They've been that for several years too.
Yeah, so I don't see what that really did as far as the Lamar still doing Lamar things, you know. Because I didn't think Lamar should have got the MVP last year. You know, my vote last year, the one for last year was McCaffrey. Actually, I had McCaffrey winning it.
Okay.
But I don't know. Like, part of me wants to say,
I think I think if he break Dickinson's record, I think Saquon Barkley should get it.
yeah, I like what Saquon doing. I mean, I kind of like what Goff doing out in Detroit.
Yeah, they gonna discredit him because he quarterback. Every time he only throw for 100 some yards. They down him. They even got him in the running.
No,
they ain't got him in the running. I think if the Bengals was better, cuz I think Joe Burrow would win it.
He would.
If they had a better record, if they had 10 wins, I think he'll win it.
Yeah,
I think he'll win it. He would have won it because he that defense is horrible. He really carried that team.
Yeah,
that defense is horrible.
I mean, he leading in yards. He leading in touchdown.
That's what I'm saying.
If the Bengals had more wins, he would probably be the one. But
Burrow will take it this year. But he just his team ain't. I mean, the overall team, and because they got to score 40 points to beat anybody.
Yeah,
every game they got to score 30 some points to win because defense can't stop me and you.
And even though they only lost one game, you can't give it to nobody off Kansas City. Like, you can't give it to Mahomes because he ain't got the numbers, but they only lost one game.
Man, every time I hope they lose, and I just want to see them lose sometimes. Man, I always say, man, and when they get in the playoffs, they even more dangerous.
Yeah.
Because 3rd and 3, Kelsey and Mahomes one of the best to ever do it, man.
They are, and then they got the best coach in the league right now, Andy Reid. The man is master of adjustments.
Yeah, man. I don't know what they. And then they done got Hollywood Brown back. That look like that don't help them. So,
but I like I can go with your pick for Saquon. I would like to give it to Saquon, but they're going to give it to Lamar.
They're going to give it to a quarterback. They're going to give it to a quarterback regardless. But I think
give it to Lamar.
I think Saquon, if he breaks that record, like the day he playing the Cowboys, even though the Cowboys played us good and beat us last week, he should run all over them. But he got 2 games to do it. He don't need 238 yards.
Yeah, but college is showing you that running for a lot of yards ain't gonna get you the award.
Boy, I listen. I got to say, I'm glad you said that. Let's go there. I'm glad you said that, cuz I'm glad you said something about college. I'm glad you said something about college because we're gonna get to that. Man, listen. I tried to tell everybody about this Pop-Tart Bowl in the Miami Hurricanes. I knew that was going down. And for Cam Ward not to come back out there in the second half, why would you even play the game? Why would you even go out there and play the first half? So are you with us or you ain't with us? So if you ain't gonna play, I respect it. You going to the NFL, you're gonna be top 5, top whatever pick. I respect it. But if you come out there and throw 3 touchdowns the first half, then you second half, you say I ain't playing because you feel like you don't because he broke the record. So now you don't broke the record. Now you don't want to play no more. Because he should have just sat out on the sideline with clothes on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why would you come out there and do your team like that?
Because he wanted the record.
It's true, but he should have stayed in the game. If
he wanted the record. That's
he got it.
To me, that's how it come across to me. Is like it was like in his head, if I break the record, I'm gonna sit down the rest of the game.
And because the coach, it wasn't the coach's decision. They said it was his decision. He reason why he won't play in the second half. Man, cuz what you think about all these blowouts that they had in the semifinal?
I think people blowing it out of proportion. I mean, everybody, a lot of these analysts and stuff,
not because you said a mouthful. Now they blowing out of proportion because guess what? If you keep complaining about it, what they gonna go to 2014 playoff? What?
Yeah, you can't. There's no perfect way to do it. Even if they extend it, that person that's just outside of it is going to always argue.
Yes.
You know, if you push it to 16, the 17th team gonna say we should be in there.
Yep.
You push it to 24, the 25th team gonna say we should be in there.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, I know a lot of the analysts, they want your strength of schedule. They want the strength of schedule to weigh the most over everything.
Right.
You know,
but look at this. Yeah, the strength of schedule should weigh over, but when everybody talking about Alabama and Miami, look at the losses they had though. Look who they lost to. They lost to unranked teams. You didn't lose to number 25 or number. You lost to unranked teams. Vanderbilt was unranked. Y'all ain't never got beat by Vanderbilt when Nick Saban was there. Never even came close to getting beat by Vanderbilt. And you lose to Vanderbilt. You don't need to be in the playoff.
And then I lost to Oklahoma.
Then they lost to Oklahoma. And they only scored 3 points.
They didn't even score a touchdown on Oklahoma.
Come on, man. Y'all don't deserve to be in there. I don't care who y'all is.
So I like the name of the game is, man, just win and you ain't got no complaint.
That's it. And
win, you got no complaint. You know,
I felt that the teams that was in there, because they couldn't leave SMU out, because if they would left SMU out, everybody would have said, why we going to the conference? Why we going to the conference championships? If we go there and lose and we get left out.
Yeah. I say, then people not gonna care about.
They ain't gonna care about winning the conference champ. They ain't gonna care about winning the conference no more. They're gonna just say we just need to be good enough to make the 12-team playoff. We ain't got to win the conference. Ohio State, prime example. They ain't win the conference, and Oregon got a worse trip to the championship than anybody.
Yeah,
and they're the number 1 seed.
My one that I do have an issue with, I still have an issue with Notre Dame.
Me too.
I think Notre Dame should be forced to get in the conference.
That's what I said too, cuz they need to play in the conference. How you get to be independent and you get all the same stuff everybody else get?
You know, but they in conferences in their other sports. It's only football that they're not in the conference.
Every other sport they're in the conference, yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I didn't have a problem with how the games went. I mean, and when I saw they pulled up the historical data and found that, like, even when there was the 14 playoff, the initial games
blowouts.
They've been blowouts. You know,
every
so
year.
It's not uncommon. You know, it's just people, they didn't like Indiana being in there. And they didn't like SMU
being in there.
That's all that was.
That's all it was.
You know?
That's all it was. But But Cole, let me ask you this question: Are you still you still rep with us, or you don't threw us away?
No, I ain't throw him away. I didn't throw him away at all. I think they still was bitter about last year.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
were still hurting from being left out last year, like because it's almost like you can't fathom you rolled through undefeated,
right,
and you're being told that because your quarterback went down, you ain't worthy no more.
right. And you
'Cause
see
quarterback went down,
Georgia in there, and they quarterback down.
you know. And I'm like, but even with Travis going down, he still brought one of the top defenses in the country.
That's
The top defense,
cause
a top defense will keep you in the game, even if your offense ain't
that's
on.
that's what I kept trying to tell everybody,
You know,
man. That defense would have still how
they-
good our defense was. They would still kept us in the game.
yeah, and I think that defense could have got with anybody that was in that top four, that top three. You
Yep.
know,
Because
so
look what Fist and what's come doing on the same team right now. Fist
yeah.
and Verse in the NFL.
So I
So
think this season was kind of we still upset about that year. You know, it's like I think they were still upset, and then too, DJ just
cause DJ killing me. I hated when we got him because I did not like that pickup. I said, DJ who? Man, he was horrible at Clemson. Why we go
I
get this joker,
mean,
man?
initially, because that's my squad. I tried to be like, hey, sometimes a quarterback just need to change the scenery. You know,
I
I
thought
mean,
so too.
we've seen quarterbacks just need to change the scenery, and they play better. So I was like, maybe this is what it'll take for him. No,
Cause
didn't happen.
horrible. He throwing the ball way too late. I'm like, man, this is ridiculous, man. We got to get this joker out of there, man. I don't know what we were doing. Um, I like the quarterback we just picked up though.
I'm not sure on that yet. I'm still trying to
Thomas.
understand. Oh no, I'm talking about them picking up the quarterback from Boston College.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't
Only,
understand it. I
only
don't.
reason I say, is because of Gus Malzahn, the offense he run, they run the ball more than anything, and I think uh, we can have to run an offense like Baltimore almost that run pass option with Gus Malzahn. He love running the ball.
You think that's you think that was a move to put Norvell on notice?
I think so. I think so. I really think. I think I think the only reason why they didn't fire him is because they didn't want to pay him. They already paying Taggart. They didn't want to have to pay another coach, so they say we're gonna give it one more year. If he don't get it together after this year, we pulling the plug on him, and we already got our head coach right here, Ghost Malzahn. That's the same thing I said. They got it. They got that right there for the waiting.
Because I'm like, Norvell got to prove he can coach. When he came there, that team was set for him.
Yep.
That team was kind of set for him when he came in there. So now after you lost a bunch of people, now people want to see, can you coach? And the performance this season, people question now, can this man even put a team together?
Yeah, because the offensive coordinator Atkins, he was horrible too, and the defensive coordinator was just our defense really. And our defense really stopped. We stopped a lot of people, but we just couldn't score no points.
Yeah,
Like we could have beat Miami. We could have beat Miami. Could have beat the Gators. Our defense stuck in there. We just can't score no points. We couldn't score no points. We couldn't even get past the 50-yard line.
Yeah.
And it was crazy to me. I said, what plays we was running on? We was running down high school plays out there. 3rd and 1, we trying to throw the ball like. And then all the transfer we did get, they was bent. They weren't even starting on the team that they transferred from. Like what? Like this gonna come? Like what are we? They weren't even the superstars that transferred to us. Man, I couldn't believe it.
And we lost what? Peyton. We lost Peyton to LSU.
Yeah, Peyton went. Yeah. We got a lot of them guys that came with that defensive coordinator and that D-line coach from Nebraska. A lot of them came. I think I like that hire more than anything.
We'll see how it goes. I mean, I don't think we can get no worse.
Yeah. Because if somebody would have betted me, boy, I would have lost a lot of money this year. If they would have said, I bet Florida State gonna not win 3 games, boy, I'd have bet that all day. And boy, I would have been out of some money.
Yeah, I don't think they can get no worse.
I would have been out of some money, cuz.
I think I looked it up. I think you got to go all the way back, I think, to 1970 something.
Bobby, I think it's Bob's first year coaching.
They only won 1 game.
Man, yeah, I couldn't believe how bad we were. But because I always this is my favorite question I always have to ask everybody before you get off here today. Man, and I'm glad I got you because I know you got a different list, and everybody I ask, they have a different list. They have an interesting list. What's your top 5 rappers?
Well,
it could be alive or dead. It don't matter.
Well, we always do it. I don't rank them. Okay, I can give you 5, but I don't rank them. Okay. And I like a lot of times my list changes. A person or 2 here and there, but M is in mine. I got Biggie in there.
Okay. Eminem, Biggie.
The more I thought about it, I didn't have this man in my top 5 previously, but the more I thought about it, went back and researched Wayne.
Hey man, somebody said Wayne the other day. Yeah, that's a good one. Wayne should be up there. I feel like Wayne should be in that mix. Wayne been doing it for a long time. He should be in that mix. But go ahead.
And then, even though he's going through some things, some hate, Jay is in mine.
Okay,
he's in mine. And my 5th. I didn't listen to him a lot, but early on, but as I got older, I did. Nas.
Oh boy, I was waiting for you to say that name. He in my top. He's like my top 3. He's up there for me. But let me tell you, you probably remember this story. You probably remember this when I say this. Cuz, do you remember what's that album Busta Rhymes came out with? You know the album I'm talking about. It had the Janet Jackson joint on there.
Yeah.
That
I don't remember the album, but I remember the song.
Okay. That CD right there. I remember. I don't know if your car. I think you had came on rented a car. I forgot what it was, and we was on that back road. Go to where Lord at on that back road.
Yeah.
And you want to drive 100 and something miles per hour that night.
I don't recall that.
Oh, okay. You don't recall that. All right.
Recall it.
Boy, I forgot what grade I was in, but I was I forgot what grade I was in, but I say man, cuz got me here scared as I don't know what in the car, man. I can't wait till we get where we going. But yeah, man, I love that top five. And who's some rappers right now you like you think gonna be legendary? That's
I
out right
mean,
now.
though I'm not big on his current song, but I mean Kendrick.
Okay, you're not big on what the Squab Up
That and
and the other one that's on the new album.
the one that he took Drake down with, the one that's getting all the play. I
Oh,
wasn't
Like Us.
yeah. I wasn't big on that song. I actually got tired of it.
I got tired of it myself. I heard it everywhere you go. They kept playing it. They played it out too much.
But prior to Kendrick, but then at the same time, like I don't listen to a lot of new people. I really don't.
Yeah,
so I'm sure there's some people out there that's fire, but like I don't listen to none of the new people. Even right now, I know it appears that the ladies are running the game.
look like
but
it.
I don't listen to none of them either. I mean, I like Lotto, I like Glow, but yeah, I don't listen to a whole lot of the new stuff. I mean, I listen to something. If somebody put me on something, I give it a listen. But yeah, I don't listen to too much new stuff. I stay with the stuff that I know.
Boy.
But I guess I guess the way the people have it, Kendrick the Now Man, J. Cole the Now Man.
But I say I listen to J. Cole. I'm on J. Cole. I listen to Earth Gang, Jid. I listen to a lot of them, but man, ain't nothing like, man. I had to go right back to my old school. I had to go right back to my Goody Mob, to my Outcast. I got to go back to all that because the songs that they got, they still like Bone. Like I remember used to be big on Bone. Yeah,
And I actually didn't like them when they first came out.
no,
They ended up turning into one of my favorite groups, but when they first came out, when Thuggish Ruggish Bone came out, I hated it. I got tired of it. I was like, who are these dudes? This song is garbage. I hated them when they first came out. And then they ended up being one of my favorite groups all time.
Yeah, I remember you put me on Bone. Bone is a big one. 3-6 has a group for me. 3-6 Bone. But yeah, Bone. And I didn't even know that. That was good to know right there. You didn't even like their first song, the Thuggish Ruggish Bone.
That didn't. But and just if people say anything about my top five, I'm gonna go ahead and put this out there. Nope, Pac was not in my top five. that is not to say that Pac is garbage. None of that. I just feel that there are some criteria-wise, there are people better than Pac. But not to say Pac is one of the greats.
Yeah, that's the thing though. That's what I tell people because, like, I had some these dudes. They from Arkansas. I had him and his brother on, and they didn't even have none of like they top five was just totally different. Like one of them they had Face, they had Scarface, Rakim, KRS-One. They had everybody got their own list. That's why I tell people you can't get mad at somebody else's list. That's your list. so you know, but I like the list. I like it, and I like it when everybody list ain't the same because
Yeah.
that just you know what I mean. You hear the same names, but I like what I hear now. When you ask younger generation, you just hear some crazy crap like like they be saying some off the wall stuff like what?
But
But that's they list,
too, even for them, like they didn't listen to none of those
right? They
people
didn't
we
listen to none
did.
of them. They ain't
So
listen to none of them people.
they can't speak. They can't speak to that. It's like
Yeah,
I didn't listen to that. I don't know what that is.
yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, man, cause one more thing I got to ask you before I got to get you off here. One more thing. Been an argument. And I kind of know who you going with, but this top 5 receiver thing, the best receivers. Who you got? Who you taking on who you taking on the last play? If you got to throw the ball to them, you got to get a ball in the touchdown. Who you taking?
Randy.
No, not top. You taking who?
Taking Randy.
Man, boy, cause I put Randy over Jerry Rice myself. I did too. And everybody they think it's just crazy. They give me all these stats. I get that, man. I'm just going off what I seen.
I mean, like Jerry, I get it. Jerry, he wasn't the fastest. He didn't jump the highest. But he ran crisp routes and he had hands. Like
Right.
no knock on Jerry at all. But I'm like, if you took the measurables, if they both coming out of college at the same time, Randy is getting taken before Jerry Rice, in my opinion.
Correct.
You know. So yeah, like it ain't people stopping Randy on a fade route in the end zone.
No.
Ain't nobody finna out jumping. You know,
And
like to watch
it,
to watch how he did players in college was crazy.
at Marshall, he was supposed to come to Florida State. Boy, I tell you. But
I even bring that up to some people. I was like, he was sitting out that year. And I asked people, I say, do you know what Florida State receiving corps was going to be that next year? It was going to be Randy, Peter Warrick, and Laverdis Coles.
Laverdis Coles. Yeah.
Coles, Warrick, and Randy Moss was going to be Florida State's receiving corps. You know,
Yep.
So yeah, for me it's Randy, and I'm a Jerry Rice fan. I am a Jerry Rice fan. But yeah, give me Randy if I gotta toss to the end zone.
Got you. But I put T.O. up there too. T.O. is a bad man. He was a bad man coming up. Calvin Johnson,
Yeah,
Megatron is another one. I think one of the smoothest route runners. He a hothead, but man, and Antonio Brown route running, man. Cause
yeah, he to me he wasted his career. He wasted,
man. That joker with his feet.
I mean,
Ocho has some feet too, but
yeah,
Chad Johnson. I mean,
but for me too, underrated wise, Larry Fitz,
Mr. Reliable,
Larry Fitzgerald, man. Like he don't get the props, but if it was in his vicinity, he was gonna catch it.
It was a catch.
So yeah, Larry Fitz, man, underrated guy, you know. And even some of those smaller guys like Antonio Brown. I mean, Steve Smith.
Steve Smith was a dog. Steve Smith. Santonio Holmes. He have a long
Mhm.
career, but he was good to be his size. Um, yeah, you had that was good. That's a good. We pretty much on the same page on those receivers. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, cuz I got to get you. We got to talk about these sports more. I got to get you on here more.
Yeah.
I know you're busy. But I definitely got to set up. We'll set something up, man.
All
Thank
right.
you. Thank you again, man. Hey, everybody out there, y'all go click that subscribe button. Go to YouTube, click that subscribe button. Y'all continue to watch the great episode of Chop It Up with KJ. We got plenty more great guests coming on soon. And y'all already know my favorite thing to say to people, the Miami fans, the people, you out of there. So I just want to let y'all know that too. So, but thank y'all once again, and cause we're gonna end it right now. All right.
All right, cuz.